Meeting in order. Stand for the
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman Shaw, will you lead us in prayer?
Heavenly Father, we come to you with humble hearts, and we ask that you give us wisdom as we make decisions that will affect our community, and we ask you to bless our community and all of our residents. We ask you to bless and protect our employees, police officers, and first responders, and we thank the members of the military, both past and present, and ask that you keep them safe. Lord, we also pray that we will always be aware of your presence in everything we do. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And if you don't mind, I would like to do a moment of silence for all of the people that we lost in 2019. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Councilman Fair is sick.
Make motion to excuse. Second by Major.
Bennett,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
Minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Bennett,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
Bills?
Motion.
Second.
Bennett, McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
Hourly workers' time report.
I'll have one, I'll do two.
Okay. Fireman's time?
Motion.
Second. Bennett,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
Okay. Clerk, choose you.
Just to update you, the year end in my computer is done. The company, Government Accounting Solutions, that does our software has a copy of it. He's the one that does the reporting at the end for the state. He gets his work done, he sends it to me, then I have to literally take it, break it apart, and send it down to this Ohio. So it's in the process right now. And I received two applications for the council seat. One came into Mrs. Willis last week, and one I think was dropped off this morning. So Mayor Hartman, sorry, has those. And that's all I have.
That's it. All right. Representative Romer. You're up.
I'll come over here.
All right. Yeah, you're on the.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Bill Romer. I represent Ohio's 38th district. And my fiancée Josie, I think she pointed out on the way here, she said, I think, Bill, this is the 4th time I've been here in the last, little over a year. One of the promises I made is that I'd go to every community every year. For some reason, I end up in Beach City a whole lot more, which is a good thing. We've done a lot of the events in town. In fact, Josie won the wine basket at the Grange last year. So we've had some very nice experiences here. The mayor had already reached out to me relative to a traffic situation. We'll be investigating that. But I'm just really here to listen and learn. And, congratulate the new mayor. Those who were just re-elected to council. And if anyone has any questions or issues, I'm available after the meeting.
What committee did you get on?
I'm on every big committee there is, Fran.
I need you on that, there's 3 up there.
I'm on, okay, I'll tell you, I'm on the Finance Committee. Then I'm on the Health and Human Services Subcommittee of Finance, which is about half the budget. There's only 5 of us on that committee. I'm on Aging and Long-Term Care, which is not as active as some of the other ones. I was just appointed to primary and secondary education, which is huge. I also serve on Ways and Means. I also serve on financial institutions,
How'd
which
you
is
get
all,
so many?
which is all banking. I'm not done yet, which is all banking and finance. And then I'm the chairman of the Tax Expenditure Review Committee, where we're looking at all, I'm a CPA, I've got an MBA, I've got a business background, and the speaker said, I'm gonna keep giving Bill stuff until he says no, and I don't say no. So I literally, I'm almost positive I'm on more committees than anybody else in
So
the state.
Sherry's gonna end up getting you on that committee. That
Well-
takes care of all the money.
Well, I am on that committee. He's in the Senate now. I serve under Chairman Olschlager in the House, on the House Finance Committee. And the Tax Expenditure Review Committee, I just took over from him.
Them two have crossed back and forth for years.
Yes, they have.
But they always get elected.
Yep, they do.
Scott?
Scott Olschlager? Yes, Scott Olschlager is Chairman of Finance. So there's a lot in Stark County. There's a lot of power at the State House between, Olschlager and Kurt Schering. And then Rep. West has been in Canton for a while. In fact, I've got a bill with him right now. Reggie Stoswis was just elected in Eastern Stark County, and I have Western Stark County. And it's a good question. I literally ended up on every important committee. It's a lot of work, but I love it. Yeah, it's a lot of time too, but this week, we're not in session, so I had an opportunity, and Josie and I talked about it, we said we can make it down to Beach City. So we're here, so thank you so much. If anybody has anything to talk about after, I'd be available also. So, thank you.
Well, we'll go to police and then we'll fire. Got anything for us, chief?
Yes, remember that.
It's always good for a light to go first.
Here is my monthly report for you guys. You'll see on here that there is no mileage for the Wilmot Street cars. They are down this month. They are back fixed and running, so everything's good there. No new word on our car yet. Still waiting on that.
You'll probably get a 2021.
Probably. This is. The only thing I need tonight is our subscription for Sonic Wall needs renewed, and that's $381 to renew that.
Your what?
Sonic Wall is our fire's protection.
I'm sorry, $381.
$381.
I make the motion.
Danick? Yes. McKinney?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
And Schott?
Yes.
Other than that, that's all I've got.
No, thank you.
Everything's running smooth, so, thank you.
Chief Bill, Mr. Anderson?
I don't have a lot. I'm just gonna go over a little bit of 2019. I give everybody some reports on your desk there. Total calls for 2019, we had 267 calls. In 2018, we ran 259. Like I said, that's pretty impressive because we were like 20 behind and we ended up going, almost another 20 ahead. So we've been pretty busy the last few months of December. Our guys have been pretty committed and we've been running 99.9% of our calls, so we've been doing really well. Total calls so far year to date is 3, and believe it or not, 2 of those 3 were both structure fires, so that's probably not a good thing. Luckily, neither one ended up turning out to be much. I think one was a chimney fire and one was food burning in the microwave the other day. And both not our calls, both mutual aids given to Wilmot and to Brewster. So mutual aid summary for the last 2 weeks, we give mutual aid to Brewster 9 times. We give mutual aid to Wilmot 0, Erie Valley 0, and we received mutual aid from Brewster 1 time. That was just over the last 2 weeks. So just a little bit, the end of the year report, if you guys float through there, I ran this just more out of curiosity so you guys know what your fire department's doing for you. We received mutual aid 36 times for the whole year of 2019. and we give mutual aid 85 times. Is the automatic aids you see on there were obviously structure fires. They're all automatic aids, they're dual tones, we all three get toned actually. So the next page, it'll show you your monthly calls. That's what we ran per month for the year. It even breaks it down to the next page to your daily calls. And then the next page there, that'll actually show you what we went out on. The 134 should be a total of transports that we made for the year. It'll show you down below that what that kind of broke down to, what they come in as. And then the 133, the non-EMS would have been non-transports. They may still have been squad calls, but we may have went out and done sign-offs, patient lifts, stuff like that. And like I said, I just printed this out so you guys kind of have it, and you can see it's 267. And then if anybody's curious, that shift call item there, the reason it says one shift, because obviously that's for big city departments, that don't contain us. But I give it to you if you guys are interested. You got any questions, let me know. Also, another packet I give you is our 5-year plan. We updated our 5-year plan for 2020. Hooked to that 5-year plan is last year's plan, and is also the 5-year plan that we did in 2017. As you guys can see, everything in red, I've put in red for you to see where we've made progress. So, like I said last year, I kind of give the same speech last year. We do everything for a reason. We're definitely have a vision of where we're going and where we're heading, and we're definitely getting there. But unfortunately, as we get there, it's just like anything. More stuff comes up. We got to go there and we got to get it. But I mean, we're definitely making progress with the passage of the levy at the end of last year. We'll be able to start making significant progress on some of these things, and we already have. We ordered the cot in December. It should be here in February. The SCBA's, we got a grant being written this year for them. Hopefully we'll be lucky with that. And then the Life Pack 15's a thing we're going to talk about here soon, but it's something we'll have to jump on pretty soon yet. But like I said, just so you guys are aware, we're heading in the right direction, and we always have a plan. Even sometimes it may be unorthodox, but it's definitely there, and it's been in place for years. So the physio control contract's in. And this is where I said we were going to talk about that 15 a little bit. Physio control will not cover our Life Pack 12s. They will no longer put them on the contract. This is why we pushed for this levy. We knew this was coming. They will still service them. The problem with it is with the contract, they come out for free and they service them at a discounted rate for parts. We will no longer have that. So now if the 12 goes down, which is in our older squad, they're going to charge us to come out. They're going to charge us full price for parts, and that's pending they can get parts. They're telling us they should have parts probably through this year, maybe even in the next. But after that, parts are going to become scarce for these 12s. They're just outdated equipment. We are going to do our best to try to secure a grant for this. But this is something this was a big thing that I pushed. If you guys went to the informational meeting, this is why we pushed this level. We have to get another 15. Like I said, I'm not pushing anybody this quick. We're going to do our best this year to see what we can do, and maybe next year will be when we're going to just have to bite the bullet and make the purchase if we have to purchase it versus a grant. So anyway, the physical control contract is here. We're going to need approval for that. The total contract is $1,536. What that covers is your 4 AEDs that are in the town. Okay, the AED here at Village Hall. Both police cruisers have an AED, and we have 1 AED. We technically have 2 at the firehouse, but one's still under a manufacturer's warranty. We do not have to cover it yet, and the other one we have to cover. So that's $1,536. Now, if you break that down, $372 of it will be the fire departments, $372 of it will be the villages, and $792 of it, and don't take this wrong way, it'll be the police departments, but I don't know how you do that for theirs. So that'll be the breakdown of the funding amongst the funds that'll cover that contract. So it's not just coming out of fire. So, but I will need approval to get this contract passed so we can get back under contract with our AEDs.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
1536.
Bennett,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Chuck.
Yes.
That it, chief?
No, I got a few more things, but I can't find it. That's why I'm digging frantically here. I might have left it across the street. I got like two more things, or three more things. Did we figure out, did we get the light bar approved, Deb? Were we good on that, or do we need to vote on that?
Let them vote on it.
All right, so the light bar come in, we go through Ed Steiner. If you guys know Ed worked with us for a lot of years on Beach City, and Dan McDonald does a lot of work with him. They quoted a brand new light bar. Well, let me tell you first, it's gonna replace all the emergency lights on engine 132. So the front bar is shot, which is what we've been talking about now for months. The back two has what they call pods on each side. They're both rotators. They're making as much noise as the front is, so we're gonna go all LEDs. To get what they were pricing off of eBay, that's for a used bar, it was gonna be $3,500. And Debbie has these, she can show them to you if you don't believe me. Ed and Dan are actually gonna get these bars for us. They're charging us $3,000 and they're installing them too. So they're saving us $500 on the lights and installing them for cheaper than we could buy the lights.
Now, is that including the two rear lights also?
That is including everything. That is total price. It'll be $3,000 on the button, and they will install them. And they actually are about almost done building the light bar. They're still working on the two mini bars right now. What they do is they actually custom build these lights. Ed's been doing this for a long time, so we've priced them other places, and we can't beat the price. I can't buy them used as cheap as they're building new. So.
I make a motion for 3,000.
Second. Bennett? Yes. McKinney?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
And Shaw?
Yes.
The thing I can't find that I had with me, and I don't know where I put it, the invoice come in for Buckeye Career Center. That was for our 3 students to go to EMT school. I believe you guys already approved that. That was $2,925. And also with that being said, our EMS training grant was all approved. So not only will we get reimbursed that full amount for EMT schooling, if you guys remember a few months back, we had to buy 4G modems for our squad. We actually threw them into the state grant also, and they are gonna replace them 100%. So the total coming back from the state will be $3,713. So, we did pretty well, actually. I mean, we really worked out this time, so. And that's all I got, unless you guys got something for me.
I just have one question.
Sure.
On the report you gave us for the report summary,
Yes.
was that taken off of any of the new equipment that you have, or through iPad?
That was taken out of IMS.
iMac, okay,
So the problem with that report is that report's only as good as it was entered by the person that made the report. Okay, so, and I don't want people to think that we don't look at our reports. We definitely look at our reports, but the problem is if you'd ever, I'd love to show you these reports. It takes us an hour to do these reports. And I mean, even on a simple thing where somebody calls, they can't get up, and we go help them up and we come back, it takes us an hour to write this report because there are just so many boxes, so many check marks. And a lot of it auto-populates, and if our guys don't remember to go back and say, hey, this one fits just a little bit better and change it, it's gonna enter the report into the system like it does.
But this is the group from, is it Canton?
They are actually out of, I think it's Jackson Township.
Okay, but they're the ones that sold us that.
Yes,
that
I'm
technical
gonna tell you what, that was the best thing we ever did. By far, the best thing we ever did was go to IMS. This guy started this company, he's a firefighter paramedic with Jackson Township. He started this company because he realized what they went through every day trying to do this stuff. And I'm gonna tell you what, he's secured not only everybody in Stark County already, he's got like 4 or 5 other counties already signing onto this system. This guy's a good guy. It's him and his brother. It's an awesome system, and if I call this guy, he calls me back in 10 minutes and he can help me with anything. We had Firehouse, which was a big software company. I don't even know where they were out of state. You call them, it'd take you weeks to get an answer, and it'd still take them a month to fix the problem. We did real good with going with IMS. We've had no problems with state reporting, nothing since we went with them, and that was in, I think, 2015 we went
It's
with
been a
them.
couple of years, because I've had to deal with them in there. They work very well with me.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, it is a little expensive. I mean, depending on your call volume, but it's like $400 a quarter. But you know what? They They do everything as far as submit stuff to billing, they do all that. I mean, it's phenomenal what that system will do, so. But
You
yeah,
guys
that's where
can
that-
do all this, or they got help?
Well, I don't know if they have a
How they build it, I
support
don't know.
staff, I don't know. But I know this stuff's all protected, it's all, I mean, it's a really neat system that this guy set up. And like I said, he was a firefighter, paramedic just like us, and he's seen the day-to-day challenges we dealt with, and he designed this system. And I'm gonna tell you what, he designed a real good system, he really did. And I think anybody in Stark County would stand up for him, because like I said, he managed to get the whole Stark County to sign on as far as firing EMS for this system. So, it's a pretty cool system.
Thanks, Chief.
I would just like to say something. I would like to commend Chief Anderson and Chief White for the complete information they bring in here to us, for the reports they prepare for us, and that they keep us in the loop of everything. So thanks for doing a good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Chief, that's it?
That's it, sorry down.
I'd like to make a motion for executive session for personnel.
What did I do now?
Bennett,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey?
Yeah.
And Schott?
Yes.
No action taken.
Bennett,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
And Schott?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to make a motion that we hire Mr.
Stephen Hess.
Hess, Lyman, start at 27. A year.
Howard.
An hour. Sorry.
That's a good deal.
I'll second.
Bennett? Yes. McKinney?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
And Schott?
Yes.
Okay. Building administrative. Yeah, congratulations.
Did he already get the papers to Debbie for the insurance that he has to fill out all
No,
that?
he will have to do, they'll have to turn in the application, and all the insurance documents.
Sign your life away and all that. You can come in whenever, we'll
Okay.
get it all done sometimes. All right, so, I'm gonna start with, my favorite little place in the world, County One Lift Station. I had Gorman Plumbing out there, they plumbed everything. I've got the approval and I'm awaiting a work order and a start date for Southway Fence. Columbia Gas was out there today and installed a meter. They thought that there was a small leak on the shutoff valve, but it ended up that there wasn't. I had Jamie from Gorman Plumbing go back out there today. Tomorrow, I have Buckeye Power Sales going out to price a transfer switch and generator estimate for replacement. And all these bills are going to our insurance company for this claim. That's all that's really going on out there. The next thing I want to talk about, I have a meeting Wednesday at Dover Break. They're kind of exceeding their electrical capacity. Their lights are dimming. They're having some issues down there with power. And so I'm going down with Ed. And Mike Raff's going to be down there and also be under Dover Break. So we're going to see what it's going to end up being and what we're going to have to change and how that's going to work out. It's just going to be pretty much informational. The trailer removal, I got the asbestos report from the lady who did that. It came back negative. I called Cottrell Excavating, who's going to be the company that's taking that trailer out. And they were telling me right now that with the ground being as wet as it is, they don't want to tear anything up. So, and not that I'm really too concerned about it, but they said that it's probably going to be until the ground freezes or early March at the earliest, which I don't have a problem with as long as they don't tear up the ground. They're also the same company that's going to be doing the house on Redwood. They're going to be demoing that. This is actually kind of something, if anybody wants to come to, it would be a pretty good meeting. AMP Ohio is gonna be here on the 10th, that's this Friday, and they're going to do a power review with me and whoever else wants to be here. It just kind of gives us an idea where we buy power from, and we're gonna go through our portfolio and kind of see what all we have there and where we're going. Like I said, that's on the 10th, that's this Friday, if anybody wants to come in.
What time is it?
Good question, hold on, I'll tell you. Written down my calendar. Probably look through here and see it. That is going to be at 10 a.m., 10 a.m. on the 10th. So they'll be here and we're gonna go over everything.
Well, Ohio Edison will be here at the same time, working, talking with them at the same, because we live across their lines.
Okay, I'm not sure, I haven't heard that Ohio Edison's gonna be here. I haven't heard.
See, our problem is, when they have problems
Mhm.
up there with the trees,
Mhm.
it's Ohio Edison, and
Mhm.
they don't get no hurry no more.
No, they don't. They really don't. I am unaware that they're any part of the mix. I'm pretty sure that's just AMP Ohio. We're just gonna be going over who we buy power from, how much we buy of it, and it'll just be a good information session if anybody wants to come in on the 10th for that. The other things I had, just a few other things. We replaced a utility pole on 6th Avenue right by Chuck White's house. It was snapped off at the base, and that was Friday. So we were out till about 8 o'clock. We had Brewster come over because it was pretty bad weather, and I didn't want our two guys to be up in the buckets for 6 hours, taking the transformer off and the light off and everything. It was a lot of stuff to take off, so we got it done as soon as we probably were able to do safely.
What caused that to snap?
It was old.
Rotten on the
It was
bottom.
rotten. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. But we got everything switched over from there. The other thing that I was talking with, I believe, Mayor Hartman about was the property that Fairless Schools own that's connected to our park. I spoke with their superintendent and kind of made him aware that it would be something in the future that we would like to look at to possibly procure that, because at the rate that they use it, it's used for baseball maybe 1 or 2 months a year, and other than that, it pretty much sits vacant. I would like to have that be part of the village if at all possible, and he said that he's gonna get back to me with that. He's gonna bring that to the school board and talk with them and see kind of what they're looking at. I also had Mark Polite, though, who's going to be decaling our blue truck, coming with an estimate of $80, which is pretty low. And he's also local, he's in Wilmot, so he's gonna be doing that soon. I've been in touch with him. And only 2 other things. I spoke with Joel Bender, who's with our insurance company, Whitaker Myers, and he's gonna be here on the 16th to finish up and do property assessment for us. I've done most of it, just kind of getting values on some of the stuff we have. A lot of them were undervalued, and I don't wanna ever have anything come up like we have right now with our lift station and have something undervalued and it actually is worth a lot more. So he's gonna be coming in on that date. We're gonna be talking about getting all of our property kind of valued to see where we're at in case something does happen in the future.
Has Progressive talked to us at all?
Progressive phone?
No insurance.
Oh, insurance? Yeah, I've talked with them, yeah, I've called them. Yeah, that's gonna be another issue that we could possibly talk about. But in her, the lady who struck the lift station, when I was speaking with Progressive, her insurance was the state minimum of $25,000. So that's gonna be an issue for us to recoup it. It may have to be something that we go forward with litigation on, but I'm not sure with our insurance company possibly covering that and doing, but it's gonna be a mess for at least another 2 or 3 months while this all gets sorted out until it all comes together, so. But it's starting to, that's why I have Buckeye Power Supply and all these other things going on. And we'll keep record of everything and kind of go from there with it once we know a final number on everything that's being done. And the other thing, the last thing I did today, I sent Mike Miller from Brewster an email, and I just wanted to speak with him about the trailer park, Walker's Trailer Park up there, which we supply power to. So just to kind of open a dialogue on that and see what.
That's what's in their corporation limits, right?
I am under the assumption that it's correct. That is all.
Then, we need a motion on that, to have that, decal discussed on the truck.
No, he's capable.
Okay. Mr. Babbitt, are you done?
I actually had one more thing.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
No, I was
These guys do
going.
this pause thing.
I was going through here and I realized I had actually 2 more things. I'm sorry, I'm boring you guys. First Energy, Ohio Edison, I'm gonna have a meeting with them on the 13th. One of their engineers came and was, he didn't come here, he called me, I'm sorry. He was asking questions about our solar field, and the questions that he really had was just the fact that if it could ever backfeed onto their line. So he wanted to come in and talk to me about it, just the basic size and dimensions of it, and which I have no problem. I already got that information ready for him. That's gonna be on the 13th, he's gonna be here. And the last thing, there's an address on North Knoll Avenue, it's 10731. It's a new house that AEP is going to be supplying power to. We will not run power to that address, it's just too far out for us. But they were wondering, and AEP was wondering about this, and I said I would bring it up in council tonight when I spoke with their representative earlier on the phone. They were asking if they could use one of our poles and take ownership of it and run electric line off of it, and I told them that's absolutely not going to happen. So what I am planning to do, and I was just gonna okay it, is that they set another pole right next to ours and go over our power line. Because they wanted to take one of our poles, put their electric on it, and we sell them that pole, and I'm like, that's not happening, because it's part of our system.
Actually, the pole's at the end of Furley Gross driveway.
Yeah, it's at the end of our service line too, I mean, that's where we stop, but they're coming up North Knoll, and they're just gonna have to put another pole in and go over us to power the house. It's not, we're not gonna be involved in any part of it, we're just gonna go out there and rubberize everything so they can work on it when they're right up top, so. But that was their question, and it sounded very odd to me when I was talking to them. I'm like, I'm not selling any of our electric poles, just so I could see it becoming an issue in the future if they wanted to get kinda snooty with us and say, well, we don't want you working on the pole that we own now. And then it could be an issue of an ownership issue, or, so I don't even wanna go down that path. And it's perfectly kind of up to me, whatever I wanna do with it, and I'm not going to do the former thing I said, I want them to put their own pole in, their own electric. That way there's nothing involved with us other than going out and isolating our power so they can work and put a pole in. That's it.
I believe on that one thing, when they put that solar field in out there, that was checked out.
We had trouble on that, they got it fixed. Yes.
For the backfeed?
Yeah. I believe it was taken care of at one time, but.
This was an engineer that just kinda wanted to see the one-line diagram to kinda see how everything's fed into the system, so I don't foresee it being too big of a meeting, it'll probably be about half an hour.
Have you talked to Eddie on that at all? Because I think he was in on this
The solar field thing?
when,
Yeah.
when we had trouble at the end.
I haven't talked to him about any of the trouble part.
Well, ask him
About that.
because I think he was here when that happened.
Yeah, I'll talk
They
to
had a
him.
heck of a time for a while.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty big system putting into something like that, so. That's all I got.
All right, Mr. Bennett.
The only two things I have, one, the proposed contract with the city of Canton, I'm working through the draft of that. I'll have it to Greg this week just to look at the technical aspects as the maintenance things that I really don't have the expertise on. The other is just a reminder, I will not be present for the next meeting, I'll be out of town. I think it's the third meeting that I will miss.
Are we all invited to go down there with you?
Are you on vacation?
On your dime.
I might die. I think, well, no, probably not.
It's only $1,200.
You have to ask your wife.
Yeah, well, I'll ask her first.
Well, you said probably not.
Yeah,
It's okay with her.
Let me check with her. I'll get back.
So she could just take you home and drop you off.
She'd probably leave me at home and take you guys.
You guys ain't there yet. You don't get there for
3 years.
Yeah, that's not. Okay, the only thing I got some goals. I was just gonna throw these out here if anybody has any other ideas. We're gonna work on the businesses in town, work with the county, try and get in and village administrator have already started working on that. The streets, we got county commissioners, they sent us applications, and we're gonna send that in. Village administrator working on that. The four-way stop at 93 and 212, we talked to Representative Romer about that, and I'm gonna get a hold of him and we'll see about getting that four-way stop. That looks like that might be a done deal. Also, I'm still need 2 more people for the cemetery board. we need to work on the handbook. I don't know if we're going to have a committee meeting for that, or just, we might be able to do that in, like an hour before or something, but we'll do that, you know, a couple meetings from now. And see, well, we're gonna check on the alternatives for water, we're gonna try and do that, and I got a couple meetings, I'm going to the Massillon West Stark Chamber of Commerce on the 31st, the government law seminar. I talked to the lady today, they don't have any registration fees yet, but that's in February. She said they'll be sending us something, so I'm gonna go to that too, and that'll cost a little bit of money, but it won't cost that much. The other ones, from what I can understand, I'm supposed to be on a panel. I've never been to this, it's a Massillon, it's called the Massillon, the Massillon West Stark Chamber of Commerce. It's us, Massillon, Navarre, Brewster, and Canal Folk.
Never heard of it.
Yep. And so I'm gonna go, I gotta be there at 7:30 in the morning for breakfast. And then, you know, so I'm gonna have to go up at Stangelo's of Massillon, so at least I'll get a breakfast out of it.
Is the February seminar the regional planning?
That is
Governmental law seminar, February 29th?
governmental law, yeah, it's on the 29th.
Just in case anybody's interested, the keynote on that will be small cell wireless at 5.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna go to as many meetings as I can that they send to me, that I feel that's, I mean, if it costs any money, I'll definitely come to you guys. If not, if it's a free one like this one up in Massillon, I'm just gonna go. So, and that's all I got. If anybody's got any other ideas, you need to stop in or tell me now, or whatever, but that's our main thing. We got the streets, the businesses, the water, and besides that, and the four-way stop. Besides that, we're in good shape.
And I have a question. on the
Yes.
street. Did we ever find out for sure if the state used part of our street money to do county promotion for? That was brought up at one meeting,
Oh.
that supposedly they had used.
Oh, it comes through
some of our
town?
money, yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
What do you mean, our money?
Like the
Like our
cities,
street, that came from the state or whatever.
I don't think they would do that. would
I
they?
could tell you're like,
No, yeah, I don't know who would have brought that up or why, but no, they
Okay.
don't
They
use
don't
our
take our
money,
money.
that comes out of their funding.
well, I just wanted to.
Because it's a state highway.
Yeah, they don't.
I mean, I could find the minutes.
Whatever. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that's good to know.
That is.
I tried to get the stop sign up at 62 and Justice Avenue removed, so people coming from Fairless could go straight across. They went at the stop way back, and then they go right across the railroad tracks, right through the stop sign afterwards. And sure, Fifth Township is against it.
Yeah, I figured that.
I just thought I'd tell you.
Kind of a
'Cause I'm
bad
gonna-
intersection.
I'm still gonna work the other way.
Yeah. But this one down here, at least we might be able to get something done. All right, anything else?
Yes.
All right.
Correction Home, Akron County Area Agency on Aging and Disabilities is having a meeting, representatives from our district and region covering 40 Stark Lane Summit. They meet every quarter to hear about how that area agency on aging is advocating for over 1,000 individuals with disabilities. And they're having their meeting on January the 31st, which is a Friday, at 11:30 at Hartville Kitchens. Of course, it's in Hartville.
Mhm.
I myself am planning on attending, and I believe Hazel would like to attend, if anybody else would like to attend with us. There's no charge.
And I'm sorry, go to the title, what is it?
Oh, the name of it?
It's the Area Agency on Aging and Disabilities. If anybody else would like to attend, we were all sent this.
Right, that was the same one that, the same day that I gotta go to one mass. So, yeah, I've seen that one.
We do have a webinar coming up on
Mhm.
the 15th,
Okay,
and so we'll be looking at
we can do that in my office like this
I think
Computer
we-
run?
Either or is fine, I have
Yeah.
it marked in my calendar.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you gonna be there for that?
I'll definitely be
What
there.
time is that?
I haven't got a time on that.
I think it's 10, it's not possible.
I'm thinking it was
Generally
10
around
too.
11.
Yeah,
So it's either 10 or 11.
I'm usually there for a few hours a day, so. Well, that's it. Meeting adjourned.